Okay, Glenn and I here after the Rock South and Rock North match, won by score 39-19 by the Golden Hawks. Got to my left here, Cole Flanagan, Ben Radner, and Kyle Waterman, not Colin. I was messing up a little bit off camera, and of course we have Coach Silimperi. So, Glenn and I are going to bounce a few questions off him, and Glenn, jump in when you want. I'm going to start here with Cole to my left. Cole had a big win tonight, and a lot of big moves in this match. I'm just going to want to know what was your mindset going out, and what happened through what were your thoughts through the match, and then tell us, we'll talk a little about your goals moving forward.
Well, going out to the match, I was just trying to do my best, just work my hardest, and I got hit with that move, and I just didn't know what to do, so I just tried my best to get off my back and just work from there.
Yeah, do you guys do a lot of stuff in practice, fighting off your back?
Yeah, usually in live, I'll just be on my back, I have to work off.
Okay, so let's talk now, thinking ahead, we're less than a month away from, leagues or sections, however you want to deem it, and what are your goals?
I just wanted to make it to regionals someplace.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk to the young guy in the group here. The upstart, Kyle. So first foremost, being a sophomore coming on to the scene this year, right there in the state right now in some publications. I know you probably don't get caught in rankings, but tell us what you learned last year, kind of being like the the guy behind the scenes, and how it prepared you for this year.
I learned a lot that it's not, you just have to push yourself. You have to do a lot more than you did the year before. The goal is to change from the year before if you didn't meet your goal that you wanted to do. So I changed throughout the summer and worked on a bunch of things. Yeah. Worked on a bunch of little things with Coach Mike and at Apache. And, yeah.
So we talked about Apache during the broadcast, Glenn and I. Tell us what and the audience, what it's like having that in your backyard. What an advantage that is.
It's a big advantage because a lot of our coaches here go there, and they just go. They work with me separate, throughout the practices. Just work on moves that I have to drill.
All right. So this past weekend, you came off of a nice Escape the Rock tournament, finish in second. How is that preparing you for what your goals are this season?
Well, it's not what I wanted to get at Escape the Rock, so I'm going to push myself even more, try to get up high on the podium at the States.
So, do you feel you probably learned a lot from that loss on Sunday?
Yeah, I did. That I didn't really know how good I was until after that match. So.
The loss gave you confidence then?
Yeah, the loss gave me a lot of confidence.
That's sometimes you learn a lot coming out of that loss. Ben, I saved you for last because I fear you're a guy that senior and state qualifier as a freshman and then came up short the following 2 years. Talk to us about what unfinished business you have with the season.
Yeah, definitely unfinished business. So kind of the best way to put it. Sophomore year ended with injury, and then junior year fell short of my goals. So
you were in a loaded 120-pound bracket last year too.
Yeah, it was a good bracket, but there's no excuses to make. Just went after it this summer, working at it this year, staying after practice, and really just pushing towards the goal. Can't be satisfied with anything else besides being on the state podium. So, kind of have tunnel vision just set right there, and really just working accordingly, making adjustments throughout the season, and finding a way, no matter how ugly it is, to get up there.
So tell me about practice with, you have Shane now in the room, Brandon, Max, what talk to us about, a day in the life in that Council Rock room.
Yeah, I truly think one of the best rooms in the state. You got kids, me as a 132-pounder, I have studs going down to 120, 113. We got Max Mendez, Braden Ricchini, Shane Hansen, even little man right here, and then working the way up, we have Wallishin, we have LJ Khan, we have him, so it's kind of good to see a variety, and even our next man up, our guys, they still always find a way to push us, so, and even especially with our coaches, like Coach Sill, Coach McCormick, and then we have a bunch of assistants, Coach Rappo, Coach Knobloch, Steinmetz, Lavelle, a bunch of former alumni of our school who are very not afraid to get in your face and tell you when you're not doing something right, or even if you're not working to the best of your ability. So it's really cool to have such a great staff and a great depth in your lineup, just willing to push you every day.
So next man up, Glenn, that's something that you talked about. I'm going to let you take over there and talk to Coach Sill about that.
Yeah, you know,
Are these guys done?
No, they have one more coming up.
you know, we talked about the next man up at the beginning of the year. You mentioned that, and you know, kind of the regular season is kind of like an experiment, and
Absolutely.
to see, you know, what works and what doesn't work. I think those are your exact words. And you know, I know that, you know, the Watermans and Corbett last year and LJ Kahn, you know, those are guys that you inserted into state duels and got them some real big matches, and that's experience that, you know, you don't get on other teams. And so, you know, that's really paying off. I mean, everyone was thinking you guys were going to be down. So here we go into the district duels, you know, the seeding meetings on Sunday. I mean, do you think you're that #1 team now, and what are your expectations going to state duels?
Well, let me just go backtrack to what you were talking about. Our philosophy is, and you know, Ben kind of alluded to it, is next man up. Last year we were decimated by injuries all year long. You know, I knew how good we were last year, but you would have never known that by the placement we were finishing in tournaments and some of our dual meet scores. And it wasn't until this time last year that we finally got our full lineup intact. The silver lining was all those guys that were next men up got to wrestle, and they got tons of mat time. And then let's keep rolling out. So when we got to district duels, we got to state duels, those guys still got top level competition. So that was definitely a huge silver lining. So now this year we graduated a lot of seniors that were hammers, and now those guys are the up and coming next stars. So I think it really paid dividends. Going through it was not fun. It was tough. We were not happy, and we were trying to figure out ways to get better. And now the dividend was on the back end. Now those guys are really coming on, and they're doing great things. As far as the district duels, you know, I'll let the seating committee handle that. My job is to prepare my team. Every dual meet, doesn't matter if it's against our rival North or if it's next week. You know, we treat every match the same. And every match we look at making progress and just kind of enjoying the process of making ourselves better, figuring out what we do well and then making that better, and then things that we don't do well, trying to fix our mistakes. That's what the regular season is about. Yeah, dual meets are fun. We love them. I wish we had more big dual meets like tonight. But the bottom line is it's really meaningless unless you're making, you know, improvements. So we're just going to keep preparing and get ready for district duels. It's a fantastic time of year. We're looking forward to hosting here next week, and then we can't wait. Hopefully, you know, we win our first one. We'll get back to Upper Dublin. They do a great job of hosting. The atmosphere is electric, and you know, we're going to be wrestling the best teams in District 1. That's what it's all about.
Well, I love the answer. I love the attitude. I love all that stuff that you just said. Can't promise you we'll be back 2 or 3 times in 2 weeks to see first round action at the district duels. But if this is where the best matches are, this is where we will be. So changing gears, I said I had one question left for these guys, so you have to be here too.
Okay.
So guys, you know, I talked a little bit off camera. We talked about Coach Sill and how much time you guys spend with him. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that make him tick, some of the things he does, that mannerisms, how he motivates you, consistent things he does that makes him unique and makes him like the, you know, that makes him the guy that built this program.
Well, first, if I may interject, we're surrounded by a bunch of great people. This isn't about me. This is about us.
Yeah.
And we got a great family here.
Yeah.
And that starts from our coaching staff, our booster parents, the guys on the team, our administration. We're really blessed here, and it really is a community effort. And you got to see that this weekend at Escape the Rock. That's no easy feat to pull off.
No.
So I'm just thankful to be surrounded by such great people. So now they can go.
Radner wanted to go first. He called dibs on going
I
first.
mean, I'd say
Might be the last one.
there's nothing really that brings a smile across literally every single kid's face on the team when Sil puts on his EDM music, some Tiesto, and gets in the middle of the circle and starts shaking it. It's funny to see the little man go. But I mean, on a real note, he really kind of just pushes the mindset that there's always more work to do, always more work to do. Something as simple as we're taking our team picture and kid throws up a #1 sign and Sil says, we're not #1 yet, we got more work to do. So he's always he's always the voice in the back of your head telling you to just push. Even when he's not there, you're always thinking kind of what would Sil think, what would he want me to do? and kind of just pushes you in the right direction.
Cole, anything to add?
No, I think he said it really good.
Yeah, that was mine.
I want to hear more with these two. They're rookies. I got to coach them on how to do interviews. Come on,
Yeah.
let's hear you guys. Or not.
Yeah.
All right, so there have been a few words. Their actions speak louder than their words on the mat. So again, on behalf of Glenn and I, really want to thank you guys for having us out again. Great match, great atmosphere. This place is, a great place to come to. As much as I joke about the drive out here, it is. I do enjoy coming here. I do enjoy seeing this gym, and the fans are great, and they're knowledgeable, and all those things. And you're right. Like Ben talked about it with the staff. Like you have the Rappos, Lavelle, Moblock, all those guys, and that's what makes a program. And you guys have it going here, and you guys are the template that everyone should look to emulate. That's looking to build a program, and you guys are like Coach still said, blessed to be part of it. So again, we thank you for having us out.
Thanks
and,
for all you guys do. We don't get much coverage around wrestling, so you guys keep up the good work, keep promoting the sport. Let's keep building it.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank
You guys
you.
take care. This is PA Wrestling, Joe Youngblood, Glenn Kaiser, and the Council Rock South Career. Enjoying a big win tonight. Best of luck in the postseason.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.